So we're being asked to solve 2x minus 3y equals 6 for x. So this is a literal equation. It's got two variables, and we're trying to solve it for x, which means that our answer is going to be x equals something. So they're asking us to isolate the x. And if you look at all the answer choices, you can see that they're all set up like that. So when I do this, let's start by writing the equation. 2x minus 3y equals 6. We're trying to isolate the x and get it by itself. So that means I need to get rid of this 2, because again, I want the x all by itself. I need to get rid of the 2, and I need to get rid of the 3y. Now, the way we do that is just like solving an equation. We're going to use opposite operations, and we're going to do the same operations on both sides of the equation. So most teachers will teach you to draw a line through the equal sign here. That's not a very straight line, sorry. And that's just a reminder that whatever you do on one side of the line, you have to do the exact same thing on the other. So how do we start this? I need to get rid of the 2 and the 3y. I do that using opposite operations. So when I look at the 2, I see 2 times x. So that means to get rid of the 2, I'm going to divide both sides by 2, because the opposite of multiplication is division. Now I look at the 3y, and it's minus 3y. So to get rid of it, I'm going to do the opposite and add 3y on both sides. So which one of those do I do first? Well, since we're using opposite operations, we do the opposite of PEMDAS or GEMDAS, whichever way you've been taught it. So that means we're going to do the adding first. So we're going to do the plus 3y. So to get rid of the minus 3y, move it to the other side. I add 3y on both sides, plus 3y. That'll get rid of it over here. So I'm left with 2x. And then over here, I have 6 plus 3y. Those are not like terms, so you can't add those together. So I just simply write 6 plus 3y. Okay? Now I need to get rid of the 2. And the way that we get rid of the 2, we said, was by dividing, because that's 2 times x. So I do the opposite and divide by 2. Now be careful. On the right side, you have to divide the whole thing by 2. So you're dividing the 6 and the 3y by 2. So these cancel out. I'm left with just x. Over here, I need to make sure that I can't simplify this. So I have 6 divided by 2, and I have 3y divided by 2. The 6 divided by 2 just simplifies to 3. So 6 divided by 2 gives me 3. And then plus the 3y divided by 2, I'm just going to leave as 3y divided by 2. So if you look, the answer is A. One thing, let me show you back in this first, in the middle here, the 6 plus 3y divided by 2. I could have, just to make this more clear to you, this is the same as 6 divided by 2 plus 3y divided by 2. So remember, I told you have to divide the whole right side by 2. And so initially I wrote it like this, but I just want you to be aware that's mathematically the same thing as this. So that's why I ended up with an answer where this part simplified to 3, and this part I couldn't simplify, so I just left it. All right, keep up the great work. You're getting it. You will master the math.